Hey guys, this is Crazy M, and today I want to talk a little bit about the new patch and my general thoughts about Rush and the new armored kill and all of that stuff. So first I want to talk a little bit about the gameplay. This was actually just recently after the patch. I wanted to try out Rush again to see if it has gotten any better with the new AC-130 patch. Um, but we're gonna talk about that a little bit later. Anyway, one thing that I want to say as well, one thing that was definitely been good with this new rush mode on armored kill is that it got people back to realize how damn useful mines are, and you're gonna see a couple of mine kills from me in this round. And I actually gotta say, I don't know why so many people just don't look where they're driving, but it works, and I think it's good that it's brought back to some players that they just found out how useful mines actually are, because everybody's spawning with the igla and in the first spawn because they know that the AC-130 is gonna come, so they take mines and they actually work quite well. So as we are talking of the AC-130, in the recent patch they actually increased the respawn time on Conquest, and on Rush they just gave one initial spawn of the AC-130, and if it's got taken down it's only gonna respawn after the attacker's taken down one MCOM. I don't know, I wasn't sure about this change, so I hopped into a server, tried it out, and here are my thoughts on it. The first thing I gotta say, it's still really hard as a defender, especially at first, because the attackers get everything at once. They get the AC-130, they get their tanks, and they're just rushing in. So you gotta just split up kind of between anti-AC-130 and anti-tanks, and especially on like this map, you know, the attackers got a tank destroyer, an Amtrak, they get buggies, they can spawn all around you, and they got the AC-130. So the pressure is still very high in the beginning, but it definitely made things better. And if you can overcome that first few minutes or yeah, minutes of the game, you have actually a good odds of winning the game. But if not, you know, if a team is steamrolling you, they're gonna be doing it even more. So I think, I'm not sure about it. I think they could have done it a little bit better, but still, it's a good change. I gotta say though, in this game, I'm not gonna show it all, but in the end, we managed to take their AC-130 down. It was on a second last base where you gotta go up the mountain. So we had time to set up, put our mines down, and we had time to prepare. And just as I'm talking, look at this mine kill here. It was so funny. Like, I just walked up there and was like, yo, plant those mines, and I was like, grenade, run away. And I got so lucky here. I got down to 7% right in a second, and I just shot this guy. I don't know what, he didn't hit me. And then I got over here, he didn't see me, or he didn't shoot at me, or whatever. And I got the disarm with 7%. I don't know why the tank destroyer didn't see me, but anyhow. So let's get back to the topic. So we actually managed to destroy the AC-130, and they made one push, but we were able to hold them back. And then they just couldn't do anything anymore because their AC was down, and we all just stood there with javelins and RPGs and mines, and we just totally crushed them. And so that's what I'm thinking. Like, if you're able to hold the first wave, you're pretty much gonna win if you got a good team, because without the AC it's a lot harder. Maybe one thing that I would like to see is that if they just remove the parachute spawn, or maybe just gave it a timer where it's like, okay, you get one parachute spawn every 10 seconds or so. This would be a lot better, I think, but that's just my opinion. So what, I'm not still not really okay with the AC-130 Rush, but it's gotten a lot better. Another thing that they patched in was actually the knife patch, and I gotta say it's pretty ridiculous, because, you know, how could they not see that they made a mistake there, because it was such a long time and it was only discovered recently. And so yeah, I don't know how they did it, that it was like this weird bug where you can where only one player can knife at a time. but I'm glad they patched it. I still gotta say the knife is still pretty like, it doesn't always work. I mean, sometimes you just run up behind and you're not getting the knife takedown, you're doing a slice and you're just like, what the heck? I mean, you know, that's sometimes pretty annoying, but I'm glad they patched it at least that you can knife like at the same time as another player. This brings me to my next topic about patching the game, where I want to talk a little bit about the patches in general. I gotta say, even though some things were pretty hard to understand, like removing the gunner flares and patching the tanks in the first place, where they actually made them a lot weaker. It seemed really stupid, and I didn't think that it was good, but I gotta say in the end, DICE did a pretty decent job with patching the game, even though sometimes we don't understand what they're doing. I gotta say though that the patches are coming really late normally, and really rare. And I mean, look at that. You know, there were really massive problems, and they were able to patch it in a few weeks. You know, and that brings me to the question: why couldn't they do it more often? And I mean, right now in this state, it doesn't really matter that much. But at the beginning, they should have patched it more often. I know that they could have, and this makes me a little bit I don't know. I'm not really happy with that. But I hope that in future titles they're gonna be faster with their patches and yeah, and maybe listen more to what we really need, because I gotta give them really a thumbs up that they did patch it that fast, even though it's not perfect. But I gotta say, in this patch, it really acted fast, and I'm glad about it. So yeah, these are my thoughts about the patches and about DICE patching the game. And if you want, leave your opinion in the comments below and tell me what you think about it. Anyway, I'm pretty excited for next DLC Aftermath. And one thing I want to add as well, I'm gonna be getting Medal of Honor Warfighter, so there's gonna be some stuff of that on my channel. I'm really looking forward to it, and I'm gonna see how good it is. If it's a good game, I'm gonna play it quite a bit, but I'm still gonna stick to Battlefield and still do all the normal videos I do. So this is it. Have a nice day and see you next time.